Yeah, welcome back everybody. Let's solve Waec past questions on vectors. Let's go straight to it. The first one is, this is a GCE question and it's from 1999. The position vectors of points P, Q and R relative to the origin are P equals minus 2i minus P is minus 2i minus 6j, Q equals 4i plus 2j, and R equals 12i plus 8j respectively. Show that, question A, show that the points are vertices of an isosceles triangle. And question B, if PQRS is a parallelogram, find the coordinates of the point S. Okay, let's take the first one, A. We want to show that PQ and the points are vertices of an isosceles triangle. Let me just sketch a triangle here whose vertices we want to show that whose vertices we want to show that are of an isosceles triangle. So let's call this P. The position vector of P is minus 2i minus j, so that means the coordinates of P are minus 2 minus 6. This is point Q. The position vector of Q is 4i plus 2j. That means the coordinates of Q are 4, 2. And this is point R. The position vectors of, let me put the R here. The position vectors of R, the position vector of R is 12i plus 8j. That means the coordinates of R are 12. The coordinates of R are 12, 8. Now let me find distance PQ. What is the length PQ? Length PQ is going to be 4 minus 2, or we can even say minus 2 minus 4, minus 2 minus 4 squared plus minus 6 minus 2 squared. And that simply means the square root of minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. Minus 6 squared is 36 plus minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. The square of minus 8 is 64. And the square root of that sum, the square root of this 36 plus 64 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So length PQ is 10 units. Now let me find length QR. I want to copy the diagram and put it down there so that we can see what we are copying from. Let's find length. Let me just paste a tiny image of it. Now I want to find length QR. Length QR in the same fashion is equal to 12 minus 4, the square of 12 minus 4, plus the square of 8 minus 2. And that's equal to the square root of 12 minus 4 is 8. The square of that is 64 plus 8 minus 2 is 6. The square of 6 is 36. And that means the square root of 64 plus 36 is 100. That's the square root of 100, which is 10 units. Now we can see that two of the lengths of triangle PQR are equal. So that simply means now we have seen that PQ is the same as length PQ is the same as length QR. That simply means triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. So we can say therefore PQ points PQ and R are vertices of an isosceles triangle. Yeah, that's all. If we're able to show that PQ is QR, it therefore says that points PQ and R are vertices of an isosceles triangle. So let's go straight to B. Question B says, if PQRS is a parallelogram, find the coordinates of the point S. Let me just sketch a parallelogram. Let me sketch a parallelogram here and name it PQRS. Now this is a parallelogram with vertices P. The coordinates of P are minus 2, minus 6. Q with coordinates 4, 2. R with coordinates 12, 8, R with coordinates 12, 8. I need to make that a little. R with coordinates 12, 8, and S. We don't know the coordinates of S yet. Let me just call them A, B. Now we want to find the coordinates of S. What do? We know that for a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So PQ, length PQ, I know that length PQ is the same as length SR. Length PQ is the same as length SR, and that simply means square root of, if I'm to find the length of PQ, that's going to be square root of -2 -4 squared plus -6 -2, the square of that, -6 -2 squared is going to be equal to, how do I find length SR? That's A minus square root of A minus 12 all squared plus B minus 8 all squared. We're just using the concept of distance between 2 points, B minus 8, the square of B minus 8. And now, what do we now make of that? We can now compare the two roots. What this simply means is that -2 -4 is equivalent to A minus 12. And in the same fashion, -6 -2 is equivalent to B minus 8. That's all I need to do to find A and B. So -2 -4 is the same as A minus 12, which simply means -6. Of course, this is -6. If you bring -12 to the left hand side, it becomes +12. -6 + 12 equals A. And that simply means, I want to write that here, -6 + 12 equals A, which simply means -6 + 12 is 6. 6 equals A, which is the same as A equals 6. And in the same fashion, -6 -2 is the same as, is equivalent to B minus 8. So I'm going to write that -6 -2 equals B minus 8, which simply means -8, when you bring -6 -2 is -8, and when you bring this -8 to the left hand side, it becomes +8 equals B. And that simply means B equals 0. So that therefore means that the coordinates of S are 6, 0. Yes, those are the coordinates of S. Now let's see. Okay, and that's it. Very, very simply. All right, let me just stop there and come back in a sec. Thank you very much, and catch you in the next. Bye bye.